Now to the race for the 2016 White House. It'll be here before we know it, as South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham makes it 9 in the race for the Republican presidential nomination.
I'm Lindsey Graham, and I'm running for President of the United States.
Graham announcing his presidential bid today in the small town where he grew up. The 3-term senator, mostly known for his work in foreign policy, told the crowd that he wants to be president to, quote, defeat the enemies trying to kill us. Before being elected to the Senate in 2002, Graham spent 8 years in the House of Representatives. So time now for our 2016 Power Index, where we look at who's up and who's down in the race for the White House. And when it comes to the GOP, Jeb Bush, Scott Walker, and Marco Rubio round out the top 3. But there was some major movement this week. Chris Starwalt, Fox News digital politics editor and the author of Fox News First, he joins me now. So let's get the real talk, Chris. You have John Kasich up 2, but the big shakeup, Rand Paul down 1. Did the NSA fight have anything to do with that?
It's a hard one to score because it might yield dividends for Rand Paul. We don't know down the road, because certainly his base supporters, this is a crucial issue for them. They want this addressed. It's very important. And by and large, conservative Republicans are concerned about overbroad government surveillance. But in the end, we had to net score him down this week because he fights too often with his fellow Republicans. And instead of doing what somebody like Carly Fiorina has done and focused on Hillary Clinton and focused on an adversarial relationship with Democrats, Rand Paul is very often fighting with Republicans. And that isn't necessarily the way that you win the Republican nomination. OK, so
I want to check out this Des Moines Register poll, of course, from Iowa, side by side. It's very interesting. So you have Marco Rubio there on the left, Jeb Bush on the right. So as far as a first choice candidate, Jeb Bush tops the list at 9%, Marco Rubio 6%. But look at the second choice there. Marco Rubio has the most percentage for being somebody's second choice. So what does that mean?
Well, in Iowa, it's Scott Walker's game. He is a prohibitive front runner right now. He's got a 7-point lead. He's doubling up almost the rest of the pack that's chasing him. But this poll has a lot of good news for Marco Rubio, because what it says is that everybody, to some degree, is open to voting for Marco Rubio, as opposed to somebody like Jeb Bush, where he falls into a category with Donald Trump and others, where Republicans say, not that guy. So Jeb Bush has little room to expand, whereas Marco Rubio, though he is relatively down in the polls, has a lot of up. So he and Walker will be dueling, I suspect, in Iowa and across the country.
Oh, very interesting. OK, let's go to the Democratic side now. So your Power Index has the top 3 steady, with Hillary Clinton in first, followed by Martin O'Malley and Bernie Sanders. Look at this new Bloomberg poll, though. Sanders getting a major boost with 16% saying the independent Vermont senator would be their first choice for president. That's double the support for Vice President Joe Biden. How do you read into this?
Look, Bernie Sanders is giving the Democratic base what it wants, red meat, or blue meat, I guess. And he was campaigning in Minnesota. You know a little bit about that. He was in Minneapolis, and he got huge crowds, thousands. A lot of older supporters, definitely very liberal, who turned out to see him. You read the reports from out there. People are excited about this on the far left of the Democratic Party because they felt like they haven't had any chance. What we'll see now, though, is can Martin O'Malley tap into that same energy? He's not quite as liberal as Bernie Sanders, but if he can tap into that same energy, he might pose a little bit of a problem for Hillary Clinton.
All right, let's look at a Bloomberg poll now, because here's the question. Which one of the following Dems would be your first choice for president? Hillary Clinton, 57, Bernie Sanders. Well, we just looked at that, didn't we? Isn't that the same one? Yeah. I think that's the same one that we just looked at. All right. It's Monday. Right, Chris?
It's Monday.
Yeah.
That's right.
Bernie Sanders still at 16%. Imagine that.
Hanging in there.
All right, Chris. Thanks for the prognostication. See you again next week.
Have a great day.
Thanks.